Hallöchen, meine Lieben, und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Cathy Rain. Das Telefon klingelt und genau da sind wir auch stehen geblieben, denn ich habe gesagt, wir gehen erst in der nächsten Folge dran und das machen wir jetzt. Ich hoffe, dass es die Dame ist, die Tochter vom Charles. Telefon verwenden. Nehmen?
Hello?
This is Erica Wade calling for Cathy Rain.
Speaking.
Miss Rain, this is terribly awkward. I realize now how rude I was before.
Ach,
I wanted to apologize and ask if there is anything I can do.
darauf herumreiten? Nee, Ihre Entschuldigung annehmen?
Apology accepted. You can start by answering a few questions.
Very well.
Das very well, als sie das jetzt gesagt hat, das hat mich wieder an irgendwas erinnert gerade. Wir sagten das immer. Very well, irgendwie so. Auch so eine Frauenstimme, die das ganz oft sagt. Mir fällt es gerade nicht ein. Vielleicht weiß es irgendjemand da draußen. So, über die Kirche wird sie nichts wissen. Wer geht denn in die Kirche? Die andere, gell? Die Mutter von der Vermissten, von der Lilly. So, fangen wir oben an.
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather that night in 81?
Not really, no. But what I do know is how it destroyed Father.
It did?
Oh, yes. The two of them were great friends once. And when Joseph was hurt, they hadn't been talking for some time. Father always hoped they would be able to reconnect one day. He kept putting it off, believing they had time. But in the end, it never happened.
So, what were things like back when they were still good friends?
Oh, they were like peas in a pod. Always sharing their war stories and laughing together. In a way, Joseph became the uncle I never had. He was around a lot when Father went out on business trips.
Das ist schön.
Later on, I even met you a few times, when you were just a baby.
Ja.
I don't remember any of that.
Oh, no matter, you were so little then.
Erica, I have to ask. Why were you so defensive on the phone earlier when I tried to reach out?
Oh, I don't know, Kathy. Our families haven't been in touch for a long time.
Ja und?
I don't remember exactly when it happened, but we all started drifting apart. My guess is that it had to do with Father's growing wealth. Friendship needs common ground, and we started living in different worlds. What happened to your grandfather was the final nail in the coffin. Father just couldn't bear seeing him like that, neither alive nor dead.
So, ich hoffe, sie kennt den Cocky.
Do you recognize the nickname Cocky? It may be an Air Force call sign.
I can't say that I do. Father had many friends in the Air Force, but no one I can recall by that name.
Da ist er vielleicht gar nicht von da. Vielleicht war das, es ist doch gar kein Rufzeichen. Es war einfach nur irgendein Spitzname von irgendeinem Typen.
What do you know about Lily Myers?
She was a young artist who lived somewhere in Conwell Springs. Killed herself, if I recall correctly. Dreadful thing.
Ja.
But other than that, not much. We never knew the family.
So.
What can you tell me about Mr. Wade?
My father is a great man. He has so many ideas, so much left to realize, which makes it hurt so much more to see him like this.
See him like what?
The illness and everything, of course.
Right. Yeah, it must be hard.
Oh, yes, indeed. I wish he wouldn't be so stubborn with his treatment. He could go to any state-of-the-art hospital, but insists on being treated in that backwater clinic in Conwell Springs.
Aha.
The community clinic in the middle of town?
Yes. It's like he's given up and is just waiting for the inevitable to happen.
Nee. Das wird irgendeinen Grund haben. Es wird schon irgendeinen Grund haben, warum der gerade da ist.
What do you know about Lily Myers' art?
Oh, that little girl had a twisted mind, let me tell you that. Oh, my father used to have a few pieces of hers in his collection. Horrible things. I couldn't understand why he ever decided to procure them in the first place.
You say used to have. Did he get rid of the paintings?
Oh, either that or he put them in storage somewhere. I haven't seen them for years. I never bothered to ask him why. Glad to be rid of them, quite frankly.
Er weiß es aber, wo die sind, vermutlich. Und ich denke auch, dass wir ihn jetzt dann besuchen können.
Do you know anything about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
It's the one and only church in Conwell Springs. I was baptized there, and I married my husband there.
Anything out of the ordinary about them?
Oh, not really. They seem like a typical church to me.
Dann wären wir fertig. Vielen Dank.
Okay, that's all I needed.
Very well. Feel free to call back if you have any more questions.
Kann doch ganz
Right.
nett sein.
Wade is in Conwell Springs. He's being treated in the clinic.
Ja.
That was Erica Wade. Her father is being treated at the clinic in Conwell Springs. Being treated? He's sick? Looks that way. Small miracle they managed to keep it out of the press. Yeah,
Ja,
I
stimmt.
suppose you're returning to talk to him? It'll have to be tomorrow. It's quite late for that now. I suppose. Scrabble? Oh, you're so on. I
Wie
will
süß.
crush you.
Ich liebe Scrabble. In dieser Nacht träumt Kathy.
Turning your pawn into a queen, is that the plan, buddy boy? You know me, I'm always playing the long game, old friend. That may be, but you're running out of pieces. First you lost your queen, then your knight. All that matters is the king. Delusional as always. The king is dead. Long live the king, check.
27. September 1995, Tag 3.
Good morning, sunshine. Please tell me I dreamt all those Scrabble losses last night.
Oh,
3 times in a row. Rub it in, why don't you? I'll just go strangle myself now.
ist doch schön, dass sie sich so gut verstehen. Wenn sie so verschieden sind.
Don't be a sore loser. So what's the plan today?
Mr. Wade is the plan. I'll head for the clinic right away. While I'm at it, I'm gonna check out the church and the nature reserve.
Okie dokie. What can I do to help?
Why don't you continue looking into the lights? I have a feeling they're the key to solving all of this. You could also look up the history of Conwell Springs in general, see if anything unusual has been going on.
I'll get right on it.
Great. Thanks, E.
Oh, by the way, don't forget to check out the page I gave you about the red scythe. It's a pretty interesting flower.
Right. Yeah.
Die hat auch bestimmt irgendeine Bedeutung. Kann ich eigentlich dieses andere Bild, also ich lese mir sofort durch, ich will nur wissen, ob ich das andere Bild eventuell einscannen kann.
This picture is in good shape. I don't think it needs to be analyzed.
Okay, nee, ich dachte, dass wir vielleicht den Namen von dem Typen rausfinden, der das gekauft hat. Achso, oder ist das eh dann der Charles? Wahrscheinlich schon. So, was steht da jetzt? Auszug aus dem Botanikbuch lesen.
It's a photocopy of a book page with information about the red scythe flower. Here's an interesting segment. Another interesting trait of the red scythe is the smell, which is familiar to that of a pepper. The pollen of the plant has also been known to cause hallucinations in concentrated amounts. Native American tribes harvested and smoked the plant for that reason, but the flower never caught on as a modern recreational drug due to the difficulty of growing it.
Mhm. Okay. Interessant. Die wird es nicht wissen, aber vielleicht weiß sie,
I
was
don't need to show her
rausfindet.
that.
Okay, nee. Kann ich mir den irgendwie genauer anschauen?
It's a small key, fairly modern design. No identifying tag, unfortunately.
Das gibt's ja nicht.
I found this old picture of Grandpa at my grandparents' place.
That's nice. He looks really happy there.
Yep, I wonder what made him leave the Air Force.
He was in a war, you know? That kind of thing tends to scar people for life.
I suppose.
So, kann ich noch irgendwas zeigen? Nee, das kennt sie ja. Wir haben auch voll schön ausgemistet, so. Das finde ich super. Na gut, dann gehen wir jetzt mal raus. In die weite Welt.
Alright, I'm off. Peace outie.
Okie dokie. Good luck and see you later.
Bis später. Ich hab dich gern, du bist voll süß. Yay, wo sollen wir zuerst hin? Ach, die Musik, ey, ich krieg nicht genug davon. Wo sollen wir zuerst hin? Ah, Naturschutzgebiet. Nee, ich glaube, das ist am spannendsten tatsächlich. Ah, wir fangen wirklich bei der Klinik an. So. Wie sie es wollte. Ach, hallo, bist du nicht aus der Zelle zufällig? Kathy, wo bist du? Kathy? Ja. Da kommst du. 2417, ist das vielleicht irgendwie der Code für irgendwas dann noch? Mülleimer.
Yep, it's full of trash. Figure that.
Cool. Bist du da rumwühlen?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Okay. Na gut.
It's that homeless guy who helped me distract Lenny.
Sehr gut. Sehr gut hat er geholfen. Zweimal hat er das gemacht sogar.
We meet again, Mr. Homeless Guy.
Homeless? That's the worst thing I ever heard of, and totally untrue.
Was?
So, what's up with the trash can? Digging for treasure?
Well, I'm just going through a rough patch. By the way, you owe me $10.
Nah, you agreed to 7.
You're busting my balls here.
Och, Mann, Kathy.
Better get those balls checked out in this clinic then.
So cold. Like a stake through the heart.
What do they call you anyway?
Goober. Everyone calls me Goober.
All right, I'm Kathy.
Pleasure to meet you.
Mann, dem Penner oder dem Obdachlosen kann sie doch das Geld geben. Der braucht's doch auch. Ihn nach seiner Lebensgeschichte fragen, in die Notizen nachsehen. Erstmal nach seiner Lebensgeschichte fragen.
So, what's your story anyway?
My story?
Yeah, don't all bums have a story?
For your information, this is all just a dry streak in my showbiz career.
Is that so? I don't recognize you at all.
I used to have more hair.
That I actually believe.
Come on, man. Frankie Gold is my stage name. Surely you must have heard of me.
Not really, no.
Oh, come on. I have starred in dozens of Hollywood movies. The Silence of the Lambert, Jacob's Bladder, The Usual Surprises, Natural Bald Killers.
Not ringing any bells.
Kids these days, no appreciation for quality cinema. Breaks my heart.
Das Schweigende Lämmer ist wirklich ein guter Film. Ich weiß, dass da nicht Lämmer stand. Karriere im Showgeschäft.
So, tell me about this acting career of yours.
What about it?
Okay, das Schweigen von Lambert.
Tell me about the silence of Lambert.
Lawrence Lambert, a real estate agent, suddenly turns mute overnight. For weeks, he tries to communicate with customers using a self-invented sign language, only to realize that true love needs no communication at all. He marries his housekeeper, who only knows 2 words in English, yes and clean. In the end, Lawrence dies of a heart attack in the arms of his lovely wife, Consuelo Lambert Vasquez. Based on a true story.
Oh mein Gott. Wir hören uns das aber trotzdem an. Eine verhängnisvolle Blase.
I'm not sure I want to know what Jacob's Bladder is about, but I'm gonna ask anyway.
Jacob's Bladder. The tragic story of Jacob Cobb, a schizophrenic man who forms an imaginary romantic relationship with his bladder. During long and joyful monologues on the can, he starts referring to his nether regions by the name of Jenny. Sadly, before Jacob has a chance to elope with his sweetheart, he gets committed to an asylum due to increasingly erratic behavior. After a big fight with his paramour, Jacob refuses to pee for a week and he dies from a ruptured bladder.
Leute, was soll das? Die üblichen Überraschungen, die üblichen Verdächtigen. Eine verhängnisvolle, was ist das eigentlich? Ich weiß es nämlich echt gerade nicht.
Give me the rundown on The Usual Surprises.
A lighthearted comedy taking place during a surprise birthday party of 34-year-old Sid McBacon. The story is told from 8 different perspectives to keep the audience guessing who the protagonist actually is. The movie ends with the biggest surprise of them all. Sid suddenly dies of an epileptic seizure. I guess it's more of a dark comedy.
Okay. So, dann den letzten jetzt noch.
Natural Bald Killers?
It's a dystopian vision of the future where people are valued by the quality of their hair. The protagonist, Eddie Zephyr, turns bald in high school. One day, He has simply had enough of all the teasing and the bullying, and he completely snaps and heads out on a scalping spree in search of the
Oh mein
perfect head
Gott.
of hair.
Ist ja ganz schön krank als Film.
And he makes his way to Mexico for an illegal hair transplant. However, he has an adverse reaction to the anesthesia and he dies on the operating table.
Schön, dass auch gleich das Ende vom Film erzählt. Also nicht Spoiler zu
Never
sagen.
mind.
Not the
Okay.
cultured type. I understand.
Ja.
I need to ask you a few questions.
Sounds serious. Ask away.
Weiß nicht, ob er irgendwas weiß.
Do you know what happened to Joseph Rain in 81?
I most certainly do.
What? Tell me.
Are you sure you want to know? Not everyone can handle the truth.
Oh, just spit it out.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Der erzählt einen Scheiß.
Abducted by aliens.
Oh, das kann sein.
I should have known
Ey,
better.
ich glaub ihm.
Oh, I saw it, man. A big, huge light. I was a bit drunk at the time, but I had my reasons. My wife had just left me, taking the dog, not to mention I was being conscripted for the war. But I'm telling you, those goddamn aliens took him and they experimented on him. And that's why he was so messed up when they put him back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop you there.
Open your mind, man.
Das kann aber wirklich gut sein. Also ich meine nicht, dass ich jetzt so mega dran glaube, dass sowas einfach mal so passiert, aber es ist ein Spiel. Ich meine, das ist halt jetzt so Akte X-mäßig, sehe ich das gerade. Entweder es ist wirklich irgendwas mit Geistern oder es ist irgendwas mit Aliens. Das ist echt meine Meinung. Ich glaube nicht, dass es was total Erklärbares sein wird, letzten Endes, diese Lichter und sowas. Ich weiß es nicht.
Do you recognize the nickname Cocky?
Why, I used to call myself that back in Nam. Oh, how I miss that marvelous youthful ego of mine.
Why do I even bother?
Ich weiß nicht, ob man dem so wenig glauben kann.
Do you know who Lily Myers was?
Yep, my dad was the one who found her floating in the lake.
Really? What can you tell me about her?
Ah, geez, not a lot. I mean, teenage girls, man, they're like their own species. Impossible to figure out. Not to mention how that entire family ain't, like, people-friendly.
Now that's an understatement. Nearly started brawling with Sue the first time I met her.
She could sure deal out a mean whooping, that lady.
Do you know who Charles Wade is?
Sure, he's been holed up in this clinic for the last couple of weeks.
You saw Charles Wade go in there?
Well, yeah, I just told you, man.
How did he look?
Okay, I guess. Still walking, at least.
Siehst du mal, also man hätte mit dem, wenn wir von Anfang mit ihm gesprochen hätten, hätten wir einiges gewusst. Wir hätten uns eigentlich das komplette Gespräch sparen können mit der Erika, weil sonst wissen wir von ihr nicht wirklich mehr, also eigentlich gar nichts mehr, oder? Hätten wir gleich ihn gefragt, nach dem Charles, dann wüssten wir, dass der im Krankenhaus ist.
What do you know about Lily Myers' art?
Nothing but hearsay. People say it was pretty deranged.
Und ich glaube halt gerade so Menschen wie er es ist, also Leute kommen halt sehr viel rum und kriegen sehr, sehr viel mit. Und ich glaube schon, dass da einiges dran ist an dem, was er sagt. Er wird nicht nur Schwachsinn erzählen.
What's your opinion on the Church of the Holy Trinity?
I'd say they're good people. Isaac, the priest, is, anyway. His dad, Father Bill, on the other hand, though, he and the people he had around him were into some weird shit.
What kind of weird shit?
I don't know, they were like a cult or something, with Billy Praise himself at the top. Really shifty bunch of folks.
Okay.
Isaac turned it all around when his dad kicked the bucket, made it a proper church.
Interesting. Do you know anyone else who was involved in the old church?
Not really. I tried to stay as far away from those people as possible. Ask Isaac about it. He's a friendly guy.
All right. I might do that.
Cool. Sehr cool.
Okay, that's enough serious questions for now.
Alrighty.
Das wird dann auch irgendwas zu bedeuten haben noch.
Okay, I'm off.
Bye.
Schätze ich mal. Also ich glaube nicht, warum sollten wir denn das auch nochmal fragen können und so. Jetzt mal gucken, ob ich noch weiter nach rechts kann. Ausgang. Da möchte ich nicht hin, sondern ich möchte ins Krankenhaus. Aber auch das, liebe Leute, machen wir in der nächsten Folge. Ich mittlerweile wirklich sehr, sehr gut. Und es wird für mich persönlich von Folge zu Folge besser. Ich habe es in der letzten Folge schon gesagt, dass es mir sehr gut gefällt schon. Und es wird wirklich immer besser. Ich war mir am Anfang nicht so ganz sicher, so nach den ersten 2 Folgen oder so. Es hat mir ja schon immer gefallen, aber ich war mir nicht hundertprozentig sicher. Aber jetzt ist es echt, es ist ziemlich mein Ding. Also es gefällt mir sehr, sehr gut. Und das, obwohl ich Sallyface gespielt habe. Und Sallyface war der Hammer. Schaut es euch an. Ist mir wurscht wo. Kauft es euch. Es ist das beste Spiel überhaupt. Und ja, ich finde es, also Sallyface. Ich höre jetzt auf, wieder über Sallyface zu reden, aber es ist ein grandioses Spiel. Naja, liebe Leute, ich verabschiede mich von euch für heute und wir sehen uns morgen zu einer neuen Folge Cathy Rain. Und Rain reimt sich nicht auf morgen, aber der erste Teil hat sich gereimt und das fand ich voll super. Ciao Leute, danke fürs Zugucken. Lasst einen Daumen da, das würde mich freuen. Daumen? Das reimt sich auf Daumen. Keine Ahnung, vielleicht überlege ich mir noch so ein Ding, was sich immer voll gut reimt und dann prägt ihr euch das voll super ein. Naja, bis morgen Leute, ciao!